And it looks like we are live. And we are live. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Tokin Tuesday, everybody. It's Legalize It, Don't Criticize It. And we are here today with another amazing episode of Cannabis and Hemp TV. And I'll be your host today, James Brinkerhoff, filling in for the lovely Sonia Gomez, who's got a lot of duties to do today. So let me hear where you guys are tuning in from. And can you hear us all right? Is everything good? I'm going to wait till a few more people jump on before we start the show today. And super excited. Let's see. Just looking to see who's commenting here, guys. Waiting for some of you guys to jump on. Where are you guys coming in from? Colorado into Hizzy. What's up, Nate? Fallon from Missouri. Danny, how's it going, Danny? Let's see. Who else? Who else is jumping in? Hey, Anna, Kari, Melissa, Kathy. How you guys doing? Pebbles. Welcome, welcome. Cool. We got a couple cool strains to share with you guys today. I was just up in Aspen, Colorado this last weekend, I guess, this President's Day weekend. Took my kids skiing up there and stopped into one of my favorite dispensaries in town. All the cannabis is grown at over 8,000 feet, Bridget. So I thought that was pretty awesome. And anyway, I'm going to share that with you guys. It's the strain I'm going to review is called Purple Dogbud. So I'm pretty excited about it. It's some type of purple hybrid. So I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens. Let's see. I'm going to bring Bridget onto the show here. If you guys remember Bridget from Montana, she's going to come on and she's going to do some strain reviews from the lovely state of Montana. Thank God you guys have a medical marijuana program now.
Yes, we do. That's what makes this legal for me to do.
Right, right. Yeah, well, down here, it's just like anybody can go into a store as long as you're over 18.
Wow.
And
someday here in Montana, we'll be able to have the same thing. That's what we're all fighting for, right?
It's bound to happen, Bridget.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, cool. Well, it looks like we got a good group on, Bridget. I'm just gonna let you take it away first so I can get ready with the Purple Dogbud, and so I'll let you lead the way. Thanks for joining us, Bridget.
My pleasure. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bridget's Cannabis Corner. Today, we're going to review Trainwreck. Everybody loves Trainwreck, right? Woo! So, Trainwreck is a sativa-dominant hybrid. So this is more of a daytime strain. People want to get stuff done. You're going to smoke some Trainwreck. It has a sweet lemon, spicy taste and aroma that leaves kind of a little bit of a menthol flavor. Let me just go right into what Trainwreck helps with. Any sativas are great for migraines, Trainwreck especially. It's great for chronic pain, especially, like I said, during the day. This is a great pain strain during the day. It'll keep you motivated, keep your chronic pain away. You'll be able to still move, and your body won't just shut down on you, which is what mine does. So some of the other things it helps with is arthritis. It helps with anxiety, ADD, ADHD, PTSD, fatigue, depression. It relieves muscle tension, and believe it or not, this is a great strain for after workouts. For all you people that like to work out, here you go. Trainwreck is a great strain after your workout. It helps cool the muscles down and stop the muscles from saying, oh, we need to keep working, we need to keep working. Some more stuff that Trainwreck can help with is, ladies, you know what I'm talking about when I say cramps. This is the strain for us. That few days a month, have some Trainwreck, your cramps will lessen. It actually helps me a great deal during that time, not only with my cramps, but some of us tend to get a little emotional during that time of the month. Trainwreck helps me stay focused, happy, uplifted. I get great euphoria from this. You're going to feel creative, you're going to feel happy and relaxed at the same time. Who can beat that, right? Who doesn't like to be happy and relaxed at the same time?
Exactly.
So I kind of like to know a little bit of background behind these strains. I like to know the stories. So what I came up with, the information that I found was Trainwreck came about because two brothers were growing their stuff in the woods somewhere in California. And so there was a massive train accident which caused the brothers to have to dig up their goodies and move it somewhere else. Therefore, they decided to call it Trainwreck. So that's what I've got for right now.
Great story, Bridget. I like it. I definitely from living a lot of years up in Northern California, Trainwreck was definitely known in the Humboldt areas, kind of one of their native strains. But I'd never heard the Trainwreck story, so that's a cool story, and it could very well be that they had buried their stash or something down by the train tracks, down by the river or something, and which a lot of people did out there. So
yeah. Can you imagine having to just that the anxiety that you'd feel? Oh my gosh, we've got all this weed out in the woods.
Yeah.
Big train accident. We got to imagine just the craziness from trying to dig all your goodies up and figure out where to move them. What kind of chaos would that be? So, it's a great strain. Are we ready to smoke?
Go for it.
All right. So I'm gonna smoke out of two different things. I like bongs. That's my favorite thing. I like pipes too, but bongs are my favorite because they tend to be a little less harsher. So let's just go ahead and give it a try. We're gonna start with my purple people eater.
Awesome. So Miguel, sorry, Sonia's not here today. For the ones that are missing Sonia and going, what the heck is going on? Who is this ugly Dutchman trying to take over the show? Sonia had so much work to do, so she's not here today. We're taking over. Me and Bridget are doing Tokin Tuesdays, so I hope you stay live with us, even though it's not Sonia. We're still here for you. So how was that train wreck?
It's delicious. Not harsh at all. Sometimes when I take a puff of train wreck, it seems a little harsh. It does. It's got a really nice earthy, piney taste. Upon inhale and a little bit of a menthol upon exhale. I don't know. Some people don't know that there's different tastes upon inhale and exhale. So pay close attention when you're smoking. It'll be a different taste.
I know it's like fine wines, right, Bridget? It smells a certain way, and then when you're smoking it, it tastes a certain way, and then kind of the aftertaste turns into something else.
Absolutely. I totally agree. I mean,
it's kind of like wine.
Yeah, I kind of feel like a weed connoisseur.
Right, you are.
Speaking of smells and tastes, I forgot to smell our goodies out of our jar. So let's take a whiff of this really quick. Got a nice full jar here. Ooh, yep. That's really sweet and piney, but the sweetness comes out like, boom! Come and give me a kiss!
Yeah, all the train wrecking that I was used to in California, always had that really piney smell, and it was usually really light green, and the flowers are usually really kind of longer.
Yep.
Not so round and like some of the indicas. It's more of a sativa hybrid, I think, right?
Yep, correct.
Yeah.
I have a lot of red hairs in mine. Which a lot of my strains don't have a lot of the red hairs, but this is just like a little fuzzy bear in my jar. Next week I'll have a magnifying glass so I can show you guys exactly the quality of weed that I'm smoking here.
Oh, cool. Are you going to have a magnifying glass hooked up to the camera?
Possibly. Maybe
you can cool.
Figure out a good one for that.
Yeah, I need to find one too. We should just buy two and then we both have one.
Okay, sounds like a good plan.
All right, we'll find one.
All right. So then next week you'll be able to see the buds up close and personal, a little better than just, here you go, look. It's almost, I feel almost bad because I feel like I'm teasing you guys. But know that you are with me while I'm smoking. This is for all of us.
Yeah,
All right.
Ron says, smoke something, smoke something.
Smoke something. All right. Let's
John says, Blue
get
Dream is my favorite. Hills wants to know, has anybody tried grape ape?
Grape ape is one of my favorites, actually. Yes. And apparently, I heard that we might have to start changing the names of our strains. Grape ape is one of those in particular because it supposedly entices children to buy it. So, we don't want kids to think, well,
Yeah, yeah,
just help yourselves. For us, this is medical here in Montana, and what I fight for, this is for medical purposes. We want to help people um, be able to have safe legal access to the medication of their choice. And this is the medication of my choice. I have a broken back, and I've been on prescription medications for many years because I worked for Western medicine. So I had no choice but to stay on the prescription medications.
yeah.
Well, I took some time off to take care of my daughter who has a brain tumor, who's also on cannabis. And I decided I'm not going to go back to Western medicine. This is where my calling is. I feel like I can help much more of you in this way, and learn everything I possibly can about cannabis and share it with you all, because I don't know all of it either. So anyways, I'll stop chatting. I got this for Valentine's Day, so we're going to give it a try.
All right, Bridget. Yeah, everybody's anxious to
Hi, Sonia.
to see you smoking. Oh, there she is, everybody.
Are those some new bangs we are rocking?
I thought you would notice that.
Today is the day, honey. Look at that.
I got a little boing boing now.
That could be totally misinterpreted.
Got a little boing boing. Here she is, ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Sonia Gomez.
Hi, guys. Nice to see you. Happy Tuesday. What's going on? Hi, Donna. Hi, Mariah. Oh, she is ripping the Valentine bong right now.
Hey, Nico. Yeah, Gorilla Glues is one of our favorites, too. It's interesting. I think that they just had what Bridget was just talking about, but they also had a case against Gorilla Glue because of the trademark infringement of the Gorilla Glue company. And that's going to start happening. Yeah.
What's Bridget smoking on right now, and how's it tasting?
Train wreck.
Yeah, girl.
Cheers to you, Sonia.
Okay, love you guys. I'll let you finish your Tokin Tuesday.
Yeah, pull up a chair if you want.
Hopefully I don't cough my flame out here.
Train wreck. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so the bomb's
So,
a little harsher.
Bridget, do you work in the cannabis industry in Montana? Do you work at a dispensary?
I do, actually. I work for Starbuds
Okay.
in Montana. And they're actually, the reason I ended up with them is because they're the ones who make my daughter's medicine. And they're literally saving her life with the medicine they make out of cannabis. So,
nice. So now you're working with them.
Yep. So I begged them for a job. I decided I'm not going to go back to Western medicine. I've seen too many bad things on that side of the table, and
yeah,
I feel like this is where I belong. I want to dedicate my life to helping others in their healing process, and I'm going to give back, partly because it is saving my daughter's life. A year ago, she was given 2 years to live. Today, she not only thrives in life, but she has a great quality of life as well, because it's not just about the inside, it's about the outside too, and how you feel up here, and how your heart feels. And if you're sad and depressed because your body doesn't want to cooperate with your mind, then that's a problem. Cannabis can help with that. So yes, I am bud tending at Starbuds. I'm very grateful. That's where my weed comes from. They're my caregiver also. So
we're happy to give them a shout out. That's great. And so if anybody's in the Montana area, Missoula, right?
Missoula, that's right.
Yeah, so everybody's in Missoula, Montana, northern Montana right now. It's pretty cold, but Starbuds, I guess, is the place to go.
Heck yeah!
To find your good herbal medicine, your cannabis strains and products up there. So that's really cool. And Yeah, I'm really glad, Bridget, that we've been able to connect through this community, and we have a lot of the same story. Although we don't have a daughter that needs cannabis, both Sonia and I both have stories with cannabis, and for hers for her nerve condition, and me in a couple different ways. Actually, I got addicted to drugs as a teenager, and cannabis is what got me to stop drinking, doing everything else. It really just kind of calmed me down, is what it did. I was just a rebellious teenager, right? And I think I was just angry and rebellious, and I was, messing myself up with whatever I could get my hands on, pills or any kind of drugs or alcohol. And I started to use cannabis, and I started to hang around other people that they just use cannabis, and they just kind of were focusing on living a healthy life, eating natural foods, and exercising and taking care of their bodies. And I guess by surrounding myself with those people, I started to do less of the things I did with the people that I was hanging out with before. And cannabis really helped me that way and brought me into a life where I studied natural medicine. And then, the story goes on and on and on and on and on after that. But it was really a catalyst. And then again, 9 years ago, I contracted a strep virus on my skin that started to eat down into my skin. And through all of that, it caused an autoimmune response in my body. And I contracted a disease called Hashimoto's hypothyroidism. So somehow the trauma from that infection kind of kicked off my immune system to eat away at my thyroid. And I had no idea what was happening. I gained like 100 pounds in a year. And I had no idea what was happening was I wasn't producing T3 and T4, which kind of governs all the systems, your digestion, everything that's kind of going on. It sends out all these hormones, T3 and T4, to regulate all your systems in your body. So I really wasn't digesting. I gained all this weight. I was swollen. I was sick. And while I used cannabis, previously, but for now, I was starting to use it for all the inflammation. And what it had created was this chronic inflammation condition in my body. And so I found different strains of cannabis and different ways of taking it that really reduced the inflammation. And now I figured out with my diet, and now I figured out I still have to take T3 and T4 because my thyroid was virtually destroyed. And I was one of those naturalists. I mean, I was a hippie back in the days, and I was really natural about everything. Even all my kids, none of them had vaccines, and I fed them, I handmade all their baby food, and that's kind of how extreme I was. And I didn't want to go to Western medicine to find my cure because I had so many bad experiences. And when I went in for that infection, they wiped it with a bunch of gauze thinking it was a wound, and they spread it all over. And so I was PTSD off of hospitals. I didn't want to go back there. So anyway, up until now, I regulate all my inflammation with CBD and cannabis, and I try to help as many as I can. And that's really what brought us to building this community on Facebook and our website and publishing all these articles. We've published over 2,500 articles on cannabis, CBD, and talking about the news and politics and just everything in the industry up until now. We've built this page. We're getting dangerously close to 1 million followers. And, towards the end here, it's been getting tough. We're having ups and downs. Like I got hacked a couple weeks ago and my whole page went down. And so, we're scrambling, trying to find our own website where we can bring everybody and really create a community. I've been looking at mobile apps where we'd be able to touch an app. What would you think? Let me ask all you guys, since you guys are on here, and really, I've done all this to help more and more people. The same way that Bridget's done, I've done this with Sonia to just get the word out there and help more and more people and tell community stories. And we've always thought that by sharing these stories, there's a senator out there whose child probably needs CBD. There's somebody in Congress, there's somebody up in politics. They have a family member that could use cannabis oil somewhere in their life. And by educating, I think that's been the best way to really push this thing forward, not by standing out on the Capitol steps, smoking weed, saying we're going to do whatever we want. It's really been the stories like little Charlotte, the one who created Charlotte's Web, who brought the whole, little kids like that with epilepsy and all the news attention brought to them from just taking a little bit of this cannabis oil. Their whole lives are changed and impacted. So we've seen a big wave of legalization in all these states because of what I think is stories like that. And that's why we push this community base so that people could come out and tell their stories and have a safe place to talk about this stuff and have a cool place to hang out. And we totally believe in the recreational side of this herb as well, that it can be used responsibly for enjoyment. And we see a lot of people, like my wife is one of those people who would prefer to vaporize or smoke a little bit of cannabis than drink 3 glasses of wine at the end of a long day. And I feel like she should totally have the right to do that. She works hard. She raises children. She's just like, every other mom out there who wants the best for her family, and shouldn't be demonized and alienated and be put in this classification that she's somebody weird because she doesn't drink. But it's okay to get drunk at night and scream at your kid because that's the norm. You know what I mean? So anyway, I'd like to get some feedback from you guys, because I'm really trying to figure out where are we going to take this? How are we going to take this movement that we've created and really do something big with it? Really get the word out there, really teach more people, really help you guys in your local communities, really get the information out there that this stuff is all right. It's okay. It's okay for our families. And I think that's why we started on the show, because we wanted to show that it's okay to cook with it. We put CBD in our smoothies. Sometimes our kids use it when they cut themselves. We put it on top of we put a little oil and we rub it into their skin, and it's okay. And so what I've been thinking of doing is I've been looking at these mobile app platforms, Bridget, where we could just have what Sony is calling the Green America Show. And we could have that be a mobile app where you just have access 24/7. You'd be able to click the app and boom, all the articles would be in there. All the videos that we've ever created would be in there. All of Bridget Ward's strain reviews. Tokin Tuesdays would have its own little section inside of there. You'd open up, you'd click, you'd see the strains. You'd be able to search, okay, Granddaddy Purple, and then it would pop up that video from Bridget, the strain, and then it would give a little PDF and it would tell about the strain and give you all the info. And then I've even talking to some companies that can tell me, hook me up with a dispensary in the local area that might have that strain.
That would be so cool. I mean, that would be ideal.
Would you guys like to see that? Can you guys send me some comments? If you think that's a good idea, would you guys be willing to help me make that happen? I just want to see what you guys think. It looks like we have 200 people on here. And if I can get 20 people to say awesome or yes, or that would be cool, I'm going to look further into this mobile app technology. And if you guys are getting value from the strain reviews today, I'd love for you to share this post. We've been getting, not only has my page been going down, I get messages every day of people telling me, I can't find you guys on Facebook anymore. I can't, when you guys are live streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when I click the link, I can't get there. I'm not allowed to get there for some reason. And so this is kind of pushing me to want to do something more than just come on Facebook Live. And so I'd like to, let's see in the comments. Hi, what's up from Texas? Hi. Let's see. Awesome. Yes. Great idea. Awesome. Great. Awesome, guys. I really appreciate the feedback because I'm really not, I was talking to a friend of mine, Bridget, who runs a CBD oil company today. And I was telling him, I don't have to do this. Like, I really don't have to do this. I figured this out for myself, where I can take care of myself. I don't have to go on Facebook Live and do all this and put myself out there. And for a lot of years, I was scared to come out here and do this. I mean, this is why I waited so long to put this type of information and stuff out there, right? Because I started in cannabis in 1996 in California. I was one of the very first year, I got one of the very first medical marijuana cards. And from then on, I got my first little license to grow my own cannabis in 1996. Okay, so from then on, I went, and I followed the industry all the way in the heart of Northern California there. And there was a lot of old timers up there, a lot of Vietnam vets, a lot of old hippies from San Francisco. They're really the ones that started all this, and they were really heavily prosecuted. And there's people up there, plant scientists that you would never even imagine, that live way up in the middle of nowhere. And they studied and they were so passionate about these plants, and they brought the genetics up and they selected certain varieties, and they noticed certain varieties did certain things. And they're really the ones, they're really a lot of the unsung heroes that this entire industry is being built on their backs now. People have gone up there and gotten some of those strains and now taken them back into the cities and taken it into mainstream in these legal states. But there's a lot of older people up there in their 60s and 70s that are the real heroes of this cannabis movement, bringing these modern strains to life now. And now you have this younger generation and a lot of business people moving in. But I just wanted to give, a little accolades to those guys, Bridget, because they're the ones that made the train wreck. You know, they're the ones that made the Granddaddy Purple and all these strains, herbals, medicines that we use today, you know. And so I never want to forget about them. But that's one of the reasons why, you know, I came out here was to really create a place where people could feel safe. And now it's to the point where they're not feeling safe where we're at right now. And I also get a lot of messages of people that tell me that they get private messages of people trying to sell them cannabis on Facebook Messenger and try to sell products to them and stuff. And it's just kind of gotten out of hand. But I just, from my heart, you guys, like, I can't control it. There's almost 1 million fans on the page. And I just can't even, I could have a full-time person working 10 hours a day, just going through the comments, erasing people that are trying to sell weed from their stores, all kind of stuff. They see something like what we've done. We're the leaders on Facebook right now. And it's starting to, you know, people are starting to notice. And I guess when you get to that level, you got the good guys and you got kind of, I don't want to say the bad guys, but you got the people that don't really agree in the same voice that we have, you know, and they're seeing what we're doing. And, you know, you better believe that there's people that come on and watch. They don't like what me and Bridget are doing right now. You know, they're unhappy that we can sit here freely and do this. And I was looking at some comments today that said, you know, you guys are doing witchcraft. Anything, and it was a real, like, kind of a fundamentalist Christian that was commenting on the page and saying, you know, you shouldn't need anything but Jesus Christ to be healthy and to be healed. And then, you know, of course, on our page, we got 10 other people that comment and they're like, hey, what are you talking about? You know, God made all these herbs for us to use and enjoy. And this is about our personal freedom to use what God gave us, you know? So I'm looking into this mobile app, guys. And if anybody's trying to sell you stuff or break the law, it has nothing to do with us, you guys. We are following the law to the T on this thing. I've already got lawyers telling me what I can and what I cannot say. And, you know, I want to make a disclaimer that we're not doctors. And, you know, we're just protagonists of this wonderful herbal medicine. I've been studying herbs for 25 years. I've been growing cannabis. I had a cannabis dispensary. I've helped thousands of people get safe access to cannabis, and I can see what it has done for the people. That's where I stand. I'm not an MD. I can't give medical advice. And I just wanted to let you guys know that on a disclaimer that we're doing the best that we can just to bring the truth out to the community here. So anyway, who cares what they think? Exactly. Don't worry about the haters. Exactly. Thanks, guys. I appreciate all your support here. And I'm going to look into this mobile app, and hopefully we're going to have an app where we can just have our own access, you know, 24/7 to strain review. So with that being said, you guys, I'm going to do a little strain review here. I'm going to get into some of the fun stuff. Let's see. So here we go. I'm going to put this one away because I already have this one prepared. I have some ChemDog that is just outrageous, Bridget, and I know you would be. Let's see, where is that other one? Right here. Okay, here's the purple dogbud, guys. And I think it's some type of hybrid purple strain. It sure smells like, I mean, it really smells like the perps.
Any of the purples are really good indicas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can get a decent. Man, it's just so frosted it won't even focus. Like, if you can see it, it's not even green. It's just like it's frosted.
It looks like a little green starfish.
Yeah, exactly. It's a light green. It's like a lime green starfish. And that's how all the buds are on this. They're like, and they're just covered with crystal. So you guys, this particular cannabis was grown at over 8,000 feet in a greenhouse. And I drove by the greenhouse, and it's just such a spectacular sight. And you've got this crystal river going right by it and the mountains in the background. I'm thinking this is such a unique place. And I'm sure Montana has great places too like that to have your cannabis grown. Because you guys, honestly, what's happening in the cannabis industry, a lot of the cannabis is being moved into warehouses, indoors into the inner city. And I personally, I'm glad that people are getting access to the medicine, but I really don't think once you put it into an industrial warehouse, it kind of really takes away from how it gets all of its medicinal energy is by being in the fresh air. It's by having its roots in the soil. It's by eating natural foods. It's not by being pumped up by a bunch of artificial chemicals with fancy labels and, you know, a big beefed up looking thing. I mean, I don't know. So anyway, I encourage all you guys, if you can get homegrown cannabis or cannabis that's grown outdoors, kind of away from, you know, all the madness of all the chemicals and electricity and all the toxic things that we have in our life today, I highly encourage it. So I'm super stoked to have this one. And it's from Silver Peak Apothecary. Silver
Nice.
Peak, Aspen, Colorado.
I love the packaging.
Right? These guys, okay, right? These guys, they kind of got their shit together. I mean, they got a good brand going, and you should see their dispensary. I mean, it's like, of course, right? It's Aspen, so it's like it's gorgeous. But you go in there and you just feel like, I don't know, it feels like a nice wine store or something, like a wine and cheese place. It's really cool. So yeah, you guys, it smells like the Perps. Let's see what it says on here. It says THCA, 32% THCA. That's THCA amino acid. And it says 24% THC. And there is no CBD in this strain. Or it's just like there's so little that they're not even counting it. So this is a strong indica, you guys. 24% purple dogbud. And I decided to roll one up. I was telling Sonia, I was like, I got to go get a nice, like, beautiful water pipe like Bridget's. But I didn't have time. So I just stuck to Old Faithful. And this one is just pungent, you guys. It tastes like it has this purple taste when you inhale. And I don't know, the way that they must use organic fertilizer and stuff, because sometimes you can tell, like, when you exhale, I don't know about you, Bridget, but sometimes, like, if you inhale and it's like they used a lot of chemicals that almost like it tingles on your tongue, or it almost like numbs your tongue.
Yeah.
This one just kind of tastes like earthy, and it just like has this dank like aftertaste. So these guys are doing it right. Yeah. Purple Dogbud's a good one.
You're getting some good smoke there.
Yeah, it worked out all right. It worked out all right. Cool. Let's see. Let's see. Nope, this one's not Blue Dream. This one's the Purple Dog. James says, I need smell-o-vision. Somebody else says, I need that scratch and sniff app. Yeah, you really do.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, to get a really good feel for a strain, you got to be able to taste it and smell it too.
For sure. Don't be jealous, Doug. One day you're going to join us. Hey, you guys, so when I get this app, you guys, I'm going to need some people to help spread the word. And I'm hoping that you guys, our closest fans, are going to help me do that. And I'm going to put on some contests. I'm not sure what the grand prize is going to be. Sonia's been talking about 2 round-trip plane tickets to Colorado to come visit us for like a VIP day where we take you around to different dispensaries, show you around some of our favorite places, take you out to eat. Maybe if you're in need, we can hook you up with a medical cannabis doctor. We could probably customize it to what your needs are. That could be one of the prizes. Would that be a good prize for you guys?
Heck yeah!
I'll probably throw some cash and prizes in there. You know, Bridget, I want to also what I'm trying to do is create this movement where we can raise some money for kids that need cannabis.
That'd be great.
And it's like a passion project of mine that I've been thinking about. And when we get this app, I'm going to try to figure out a way how everyone can pitch in a little bit, and we can all give a portion of the proceeds to kids that are in need of either CBD oil or maybe Rick Simpson's oil. And we're looking at doing like, you know, kind of a tour around the U.S. and checking in with different ones of fans from our page, and checking in with the families of the kids that need it, and kind of creating some stories and telling their stories and stuff, and then trying to raise some money for them so that they can afford the medicine. Because when you're a kid, we just went and visited a young girl who has seizures like all day long. I forgot the exact name of the disease, Adelman's syndrome, maybe. Anyway, their dad was telling us she uses like heavy amounts of CBD, and not just like the kind you buy. Like, I mean, she's taking thousands and thousands of milligrams of this stuff, and it completely suppresses all the seizures.
Wow.
So, but you know, that gets expensive. Now, I don't know what prescription anti-seizure medicine costs. But I know that the amount of CBD oil, I mean, it gets up into the hundreds of dollars per month, for them to be able to give her the right dose so that she can. And they're not wealthy people, right? They're just, they're very humble in what they can afford. So that's part of the project that I wanted to do with Sonia, and I know she's all on board. So I hope that from this tight core group that we have, Bridget, that we're going to go out there and really, shout it out what we're doing and get a bunch of people on this app and get things moving and try to raise the awareness and even possibly go to states where we can help by doing live events, and bringing awareness there and educating the people, and bringing people like you and me, who have families and who work for a living and, pay our taxes and all those things, So that's really exciting. So guys, we're doing a pre-launch right now to this new community. I'm looking at an app platform where we can have it on Android or iPhone right now. If you type invite in the comments, I'm going to send you a link to a page that's going to send you an offer to the private community. And we have a private Facebook right now for the ones that are already in there. Awesome. For the ones that want to get inside, I invite you to comment invite in the comments. And I'm going to send you a message to get you guys over there. I'm about halfway through this, and I'm feeling really good, Bridget. How are you doing?
I'm feeling really good. I feel like I could probably go paint something really cool, even though I don't really paint. But, yeah, I feel like I should be up doing something. Yeah.
Yeah, like super creative, right?
Yeah, like making doing some beading or crocheting or something crafty. But I feel my body is totally relaxed. My back does not hurt anymore. My hips aren't throbbing. So I feel relaxed and really just kind of like writing a poem or doing something creative. I don't know. Yeah. How are you feeling?
Well, I feel totally relaxed. Like it's a really strong indica. Mm-hmm. So I'm just feeling really relaxed, and I just feel like, just calm, and I feel good. Yeah. I mean, it's like how Snoop Dogg says, herb makes me feel the way I need to feel. It's like, it makes me feel good. If I'm too up, it makes me come down a little bit. And if I'm too down, it brings me back up. Yeah. But that's just kind of the way it makes me feel. It also seems to take away any type of joint pain or any type of symptoms that I get from inflammation. It seems to just relax all that stuff down. And what I'm noticing just for myself, Bridget, as an FYI, and for all the people out there in the world, that I notice that when I get stressed or there's levels of anger or it's directly tied to my emotions, what's going on with the inflammation in my body. Mm-hmm. So if I'm feeling relaxed and I'm in the zone, I'm working and doing what I love, and I'm in my zone and I'm in my passion and everything's good and I'm taking care of my body. But as soon as I stress or anxiety, then it just like amplifies and I start to feel like it's like a, I imagine that happens with every human being. But when you have a anti-inflammatory condition like me and an autoimmune situation like me, it amplifies it like 10x right now. Like if I start stressing out, it starts to hurt in my body like 3 hours later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, it almost feels like your body is going into rigor mortis for me. Like when my pain level gets really high, everything tenses up, my arms. And I don't have any trouble with really my arms or legs really, but yeah, when I smoke, I just feel totally relaxed. My whole body isn't stiffening up. It's kind of loosened, and you just kind of feel like, I can breathe now. I don't feel like have to just live second by second because I'm all tightened up, and you're able to just kind of go home.
Yep. So you know what I mean. All right, people. Awesome. Well, we're getting to the end of our Tokin Tuesday episode. And I invite you guys to just say invite in the comments. Type invite in the comments right now. And I'm going to send you an invite to our private community. We got a private Facebook group going. and we're looking at a mobile app. You guys are going to be part of it. There's going to be games and prizes. There's going to be chances to win packages of CBD. There's going to be a chance to win a trip to come and see me and Sonia in Colorado and get the tour of the cool Colorado dispensaries. So go ahead and type invite in the comments if you guys are interested in joining the private group. And I'm going to say that much on behalf of the Dogbud, Silver Peak Apothecary, the Starbuds Nation up in Montana. Thank you, Bridget Ward. We appreciate you.
Thank
and
you.
We'll see you guys next time on the next broadcast. We'll see you Thursday. Take care.